In the heart of California stands a mansion that defies logic. Staircases leading to nowhere, doors that open into walls, and rooms built to confuse the dead. Its owner, Sarah Winchester, believed the ghosts of those killed by her family's rifles were haunting her, and that endless construction was the only way to keep them away. This is the story of the Winchester Mystery House, a monument of guilt, grief, and the ghosts that may still walk its halls. Her story begins not with a haunting, but with a fortune soaked in blood. Sarah was the heiress to the Winchester Repeating Arms Company, an empire built on the gun that won the West. Every rifle sold, every life it took, added to the immense wealth that would become her inheritance and her curse. She had married into this legacy, a quiet, intelligent woman from a respectable family, unprepared for the weight of the name she now carried. The first shadow fell with the death of her infant daughter Annie, a loss that plunged her into a profound and unshakable depression. Years later, her husband William succumbed to tuberculosis, leaving Sarah utterly alone, adrift in a sea of grief and staggering wealth. She was one of the richest women in the world, yet all her money could not buy back the lives she had lost. Consumed by sorrow and isolated by her fortune, Sarah sought answers in the burgeoning spiritualist movement of the late 19th century. A Boston medium delivered a chilling message, a prophecy that would dictate the rest of her life. The psychic claimed to channel the spirit of her late husband William, who warned her of a terrible curse. The spirits of the countless souls felled by the Winchester rifle, Native Americans, soldiers, and countless others, were restless. They were vengeful. They were coming for her. The medium's solution was as bizarre as the warning itself. Sarah must move west, find a new home, and never ever stop building. As long as the hammers rang out, as long as the construction continued, her life would be spared. The moment it stopped, the spirits would claim her. In 1886, Sarah purchased a humble 8-room farmhouse in the Santa Clara Valley. This modest structure would become the canvas for her obsession, the physical manifestation of her fear. The construction began immediately and did not cease for 38 years, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Hammers echoed through the day, saws whirred through the night, a constant chaotic symphony conducted by a woman haunted by ghosts. Carpenters worked in endless shifts, receiving their daily instructions on scraps of paper, sometimes napkins sketched out by Sarah herself during her nightly seances. She was the sole architect of this sprawling madness, her designs dictated by the whispers she heard in the dark. The house grew without a master blueprint, a labyrinth born from a tormented mind. Staircases ascend 7 steps only to meet a ceiling, forcing you to turn back. A door on the 2nd floor opens outward into empty air, a sheer drop to the garden below. Hallways twist into dizzying serpentine paths, leading you in circles. A cabinet, when opened, reveals not shelves but a passage that cuts through 30 different rooms. These were not architectural mistakes. They were traps. They were diversions designed to confuse and ensnare the spirits she believed followed her every move. She slept in a different bedroom each night, choosing from dozens so the ghosts could never find her in the darkness. The number 13 became a powerful obsession, woven into the very fabric of the house. There are windows with 13 panes of glass, stairways with 13 steps, and 13 bathrooms. The grand ballroom contains 13 chandeliers, and its walls are lined with 13 panels. On the 13th of every month, she would retreat to the seance room, a chamber deep within the house's core, to commune with the spirits. It is said that at the stroke of midnight, a bell would toll 13 times, calling the dead to conference. Here, cloaked in darkness and lit only by candlelight, she would seek their guidance, asking them what to build next, pleading for their forgiveness, desperately trying to appease the legion of souls her family's invention had created. To walk through the mansion today is to step inside Sarah's psyche. You feel the chill in the air, the oppressive weight of her sorrow. The floors creak underfoot, each sound like a footstep from another time. Sunlight struggles to pierce the gloom, filtered through intricate custom-made stained glass windows that cast strange colored patterns on the endless corridors. You can almost hear the faint whispers of the carpenters, the distant rhythmic pounding of hammers that never stopped. It is a place of profound sensory disorientation, where your eyes cannot trust what they see, and every shadow seems to harbor a presence. You feel the claustrophobia of the small winding passages and the unnerving vastness of rooms built for no one. It is an architecture of anxiety. Was Sarah Winchester truly haunted, or was she a woman consumed by a profound and complex form of guilt? The line is blurred, lost somewhere in the mansion's twisting hallways. She was a product of her time, an era when grief was isolating and spiritualism offered a tangible connection to the lost. Yet, her obsession was singular. She saw the faces of the dead in her vast fortune. Every dollar was stained, a reminder of the violence that had made her rich. The endless construction was not just a shield against spirits, it was an act of penance. She paid her workers extravagantly, creating a local economy, turning the blood money into a source of life and livelihood for hundreds of families. Perhaps in her mind, if she could not bring back the dead, she could at least provide for the living. In the early morning hours of September 5, 1922, the hammering finally stopped. Sarah Winchester died in her sleep at the age of 83. The perpetual motion that had defined her life came to a sudden, silent halt. Her workers, upon finding her, simply laid down their tools, leaving nails half driven into wood and walls unfinished. Her will contained no mention of the mansion, no explanation for its bizarre design. It was as if the purpose of the house had died with her. She left behind a sprawling 160-room enigma, a monument to a grief so immense it warped wood and stone. Today the house stands as she left it, a lonely relic of a tortured soul. Visitors and staff alike report unexplained phenomena. Disembodied footsteps echoing in empty halls, doors slamming shut on their own, the faint scent of floral perfume in rooms where Sarah once spent her time, and the spectral figure of a small woman in black seen drifting through the corridors. They speak of a shadowy man with a dark mustache, believed to be a long-dead carpenter still making his rounds. Is it merely the house settling, the power of suggestion in a place built on a ghost story? Or have the spirits Sarah sought to appease finally claimed the labyrinth she built for them? The Winchester Mystery House is more than just a haunted house. It is a portrait of a woman's soul, a physical manifestation of guilt, loss, and an obsession that blurred the line between madness and the supernatural. It is a house built by ghosts, for ghosts, and perhaps forever haunted by the woman who could never escape them. The hammers are silent now, but in the dead of night, if you listen closely, you can still feel the echo of a promise kept and a debt that could never be repaid.